Good morning, Discord. Good morning, YouTube. Okay, market's open. Let's see if we can afford Lucky Charms for dinner today. So immediately we open below the 5 MA. Immediately open below it. Let's see how strong this sell-off is. Let's see, what do we got? The puts look right. They look nice right about now. The puts look real nice right about now. Let's see how we react off of 562.72. If we just go straight through. We have the 5 MA right at 564. Okay. We'll give it some time. Early candles, let the market figure itself out. Morning, Discord. All right, back to the action. 5 is at 564.30 something. Let's see if we can get a beat. All right, we want to see how we react off the 5. If we have a positive, or if we want for continuation, we want to see a break, a retest, and reject, right? So we need to see if we're gonna just reject underneath, if it's just gonna all of a sudden reject, or if we're gonna have some continuation. Continuation is gonna look like this. I don't know why it looked like that just now. Hold on, what the hell? That'll be what proper continuation looks like, right? And then we want to see the 5. We want to see the 5 like around here. That'd be the ideal setup for some more upside. So now we're looking for this. Are we going to see this? With the 5 right here. Okay. Now you see what it needs to look like. This is the ideal setup for what it needs to look like. I'm gonna clean up the chart. You have the idea now.
Rage on that beat, going crazy.
So this, on a small scale, on a very small scale, would be your 50-50. Well, we're gonna wait. It's only been 5 minutes. We'll wait. Let's see what the market has in store. We're right at the 5. Check the higher time frame. Let's see how we react to 565.41. And then on our 30-minute, last night's trading plan, it was the yellow. This yellow was playing out. The yellow arrow in the trading plan. So now we want to see how we react off of 563.60 and 566.11. Maybe some more room for the upside here. So break of the 5 looks like. A little more confirmation than that because we're right at the 5, and we learned from what was it, Monday's or Tuesday session, that some stronger price action off the 5 is what we're looking for. Stronger price action, not just like, some minor minuscule candles, some significant candles. So this purple isn't a thing yet. I still need to, it might be. This purple might be. We're testing it. We'll see. I think I need to. We're still at the 5. So you see kind of what it needs to look like, right? We want to see more stronger price action, retracement, and then a rejection. That's what the ideal setup would look like. It's only been 8 minutes. Give it some time. I know what everyone's thinking. I know what we're thinking. But there might be a little side chop. Yeah, based on the 5, it looks like there's some more upward pressure. We gotta wait 30 minutes to see how this 30-minute candle closes. So there's no reason to rush in anything right now. We're still just at the 5, right? There's no strong movement off of it. Premiums are a little bit high today, so premiums are high. We might have another day where it just pins us right at the 5 again, because tomorrow's witching day. Tomorrow, Friday, is going to be the day that all the options expire, that all the contracts expire. It's going to be tomorrow. We're still just at the 5. Yeah, look on the 5 minute, there's more upward pressure. Okay, let's see. So then if it were to reject, let's just say if it were, so you know what it should look like. If it rejects off the 5, the setup wouldn't be here, it would be over here when we confirm, right? We would have to confirm an algo, a breaking of an algorithm to confirm it. So while we're at the 5, there's no trade, right? And again, we want to see a stronger move off the 5, some retracement, and then the rejection off that. So let's see what we got. I'm going to clean up the chart just a bit. All right, we're gonna confirm this blue. We're gonna see if this blue is a thing right now. It's a nice candle for some more upward, but we're competing against 565.36. It's a nice candle for another push up. Okay, I think I like this blue. I think we can use this blue. I think we can use this blue one. All right, so blue algo is a thing. Purple's gonna be the buying channel. All right, there we go. Clean up the chart. Okay, see how we're getting some sense of the direction now? Now we just wait for the setup, right? Now we just gotta wait for the setup. And the setup is gonna look like, I haven't made, so I'm not sure about this magenta yet. I might be able to make one here, hold on. Alright, there's no trade yet. We knew the 5 was going to be the target. We knew the 5 MA was going to be the target. There's no trade yet. Now we just got to wait for the proper setup. We're still in this blue channel, okay? Still in the blue. Blue hasn't broken. I have not confirmed this magenta right here, so we can't use this one as of yet. I might like this green, but you see where the puts are going to be. somewhere down here, right? Somewhere down here is going to be your puts. Your safest puts are going to be down here. So we're not even thinking about puts until we get back around 562.72 as of right now. On our 30-minute, we want to see 566.11 form some type of support. So we want to see the 5 form some type of support. Look at the 5-minute chart. This would be the ideal setup, right, to go long. This would be the ideal setup to go long. Something like this. Back to the 5 and then reject off the 5. If it doesn't happen, then it doesn't happen. We're not going to chase it. So I think I like the break of this green for the up. So break a green. Build in magenta, break the green for the up. I kind of like that. Bearish divergence might be coming in. All right, so let's see if we retest this 5 now. I'm going to clean up this chart. We haven't gone through a bear cycle yet. We need to go through a bear cycle so we can test all of our algorithms. No bear cycle yet. If you took this initial bolt up from a while ago, you're making a lot of money right now with that high with these high premiums. Remember, we said the break of green for the up, right? So building in magenta, break the green for the up. So in the 30-minute, we started off in this this green buying channel. So now we want to wait to see if we reject off of underneath this magenta, retouch this 566.11, and then bounce off the 566.11 for more upside. That's what we're looking for. Okay, look at this candle. Wow, look at this candle. Okay, if you took this bolt that I drew earlier, oh man, are you happy? Oh man, are you happy? So remember, I told you where the puts were going to be, somewhere down here. We're not looking for puts until we get to close to 562.72. All right, a little bit of hesitation at 567.61. Let's see how much I can get. Don't force anything. You didn't miss anything. Plenty of time. Plenty of time. And if it shoots up, and it just shoots up. Nothing you can do about that. The opportunity was at the 50-50 when it was this or this. That was your opportunity. So we have the what is this, the 200 at 573. If we go straight to the 200, that'll be crazy. Very welcome for the long-term portfolios. We haven't even had a bear cycle yet. No bear cycles. Only bull cycle. Now let's see if we're starting to form some type of head here. If we are, we're looking for this. So this is a tricky one because we're expecting a pullback, some type of pullback, right? At least back down to this blue. We're expecting some type of pullback, but we have, I don't really see a divergence. I don't see a divergence, so this is tricky, right? If anything, it says that the pullback's going to be to the blue. That's all it's saying. To the blue or to this white 567.61, because I don't see a divergence. I just see possibly a... We haven't even gone through a bear cycle yet. But until further notice, we're just in this blue. In this blue. I don't see a divergence happening. Not yet, at least. So when there's no divergence, what that does, that gives it the opportunity for just a small pullback and for some more, you know, for example, if we're going up, if there's no divergence, it gives it the opportunity for a small pullback to continue the up, right? So it'll be just a normal bear cycle coming in, which we still haven't had a bear cycle yet. So your safest puts somewhere underneath 565.36 as of now. I'm not sure when this is going to happen, but it has to be under here. Why is that? Because we don't know where the top is. We don't know where the top is yet. We might be forming a head here with this fair value gap. Ideally, I like some strong movement outside of the blue. Like strong movement outside of the blue, like a strong push up outside the blue. That's why I have it. That's why I have this head formed on the top of the blue, as opposed to inside the blue. That'd be the ideal. So yeah, we never even went back to the 5 at all. Just straight breakthrough, breakout from the 5. Just an incredible breakout from the 5. I do believe this 5-minute chart would have been helpful, minus this. So our retest was this candle right here. Right? The break retest. This is the retest candle. There it is. I think I mentioned something about this candle right here. I did mention something about it. Now I'm starting to see a little bit of divergence. Now I'm starting to see a little bit of divergence playing out. Bearish divergence, and starting to see it now playing out. Which gives me more, which if a divergence plays out, then that's more strength for this bear cycle coming in, whenever it comes in. Yeah, I'm seeing a little bit of a bearish divergence coming in now. Not a strong one, not a strong bearish divergence, but it's coming in now. So let's see how we react off this blue. And then not only the blue, but 567.61. 567.61. this is going to be a major point right here. So your safest puts down here. We haven't confirmed the top yet. Technically, we haven't even started a bear cycle, so I know we're all thinking, okay, break a blue. I know that's what we're all thinking. Now we see a wick right here. We see, let's see how this candle finishes. If this is going to be a wick and then break a blue. And the, you know, if it wants to get some more downward pressure, then we want to see something like that. Struggling right here at this blue. Struggling at the blue. It's in such a strong uptrend. You know, we should be looking for our long entries. Our puts are not going to be, again, till here. At this point, until here. Because we don't want to fight the trend too much, right? We don't want to try to call the top reversal and expecting huge move down. Because you're in an uptrend, right? So in the uptrend, you're looking for the bolt up. All right, so it looks like we broke the blue. Not very convincingly, but blue broke. Not very convincing. So I think this is gonna be a major point right here. Remember, our safest puts are going to be somewhere down here. We should be looking for long entries in the uptrend. Our safest puts somewhere down here. I'll highlight it. So if you're going beyond that, I can't do anything about that. Arrow just straight up today this morning. Amazing. If you didn't take any trades, that's fine. That's what you should be doing. Because there's no clear structure here, right? All we see is an arrow going straight up. All we do know is that break a green, right? Break a green for the up. Break a green for the up. That's what we do know. if you took this 50-50 with the break of green, you're happy right now. Remember, break of green is our up. Here's your 50-50. Break of green, up. So we shouldn't be thinking about puts until under this right here. And then not just because it breaks it, right? We want to see it break, retest, and reject. So your put scenario, somewhere underneath here. But if you'd have taken this 50-50 right here, look at this money. Look at the money. Crazy money right there. Cleaning up the chart. Crazy money. Remember, we're looking for call entries because we're in a significant uptrend. You don't want to fight the trend. The puts are going to be somewhere down here, right? The price has to get somewhere down here with some rejection underneath. That's just the answer to it. And this blue keeps forming. So this blue channel is more likely probably a half channel right here. So don't try to predict reversals because a reversal will present itself. How does it present itself? Because it's going to have to do something like this. This is why I'm telling you where the safe entries are for your puts. Right? The safe entries are going to be once all these calls get stopped out. That's how I know where the safe entries are. Because all the calls have to get stopped out. And we know at this point, damn, hold on, I gotta do some adjusting here. So this whole entire area right here, this is going to be a 50-50 if it gets here. This whole entire area on a higher time frame, you got to watch out for the stops. You have to watch out for continuation up, because on a higher time frame, the uptrend hasn't completed yet. So safe puts under here, under 567.61. I do see a bearish divergence coming in. There is a bearish divergence. Yeah, bearish divergence coming in. We're going to see how strong this bear cycle is going to be. The last bear cycle trended up. That's how strong the uptrend was. The last bear cycle went up. So you can't fight this type of movement. You get confirmation when it gets somewhere down here, right? And then even further confirmation somewhere down here. I'm highlighting these key points to let you know. Now, if it dumps right here, then it dumps, right? We see a bearish divergence coming in, but look at this trend you're fighting. You don't want to fight this trend like this. And if you're not taking trades because you're unsure, perfect. You shouldn't be taking trades if you're unsure. Now, are we rejecting off this 569.82 key level that I have marked out perfectly? We'll see. We will see. Your safest puts somewhere down here with structure. Even safer ones somewhere down here with structure. Simple. And if it doesn't happen and it just continues to go up, oh well. I'm telling you where the risk is. There's no question right now. These are going to be your safest puts underneath here. And if you miss this whole move, then oh well, you missed the move. There's no big deal. Because now you know what the upside should look like. So just wait for the setup to happen. All right, let's see how strong this bearish divergence is. We knew there's a bearish divergence coming in. Why? Because I just said it. So now we need to see the strength on it. Bearish divergence coming in because I just said it. It's too easy. It's too easy. So we knew the bearish divergence was coming in. Collect when you can, right? If you took the bearish divergence play, collect when you can, because you're in a strong uptrend. You don't want to fight the trend. It can turn around on you, like, and look at this one candle, right? This one candle can turn around on you and take out all your profit. So when you're fighting the trend, you have to take your profit when you can. You can't be greedy. So technically, if there was going to be any more downside, it would have happened right here on this candle. Should have, but you know, who this is just like looking at the tea leaves type thing, not like structural analysis or nothing like that, but on some rudimentary call out type stuff, this would have been the make or break right here for some continued downside. And this is why you take your profit when you can. If you're trying to fight the trend, you got to take your profit, because I just said, look at this candle. Look at this candle. Look at this candle. And it happened right here. Look at this candle right here. If this candle right here would have went red, then I would have expected a lot bigger dump. I would have expected a lot stronger dump. If this candle right here, 35, if it would have went red, and then confirmation under 567.61. But there's no trading here. There's absolutely no trading here. You're stuck between these two levels. 567.61 and 569.82. If there's going to be any more upside, your entries, they're going to have to look like this. From here, you want to see like a break. That's what it's going to look like. Any more upside from here, this is the setup you're looking for. Yeah, this blue just keeps forming. Just keep forming this blue. We know what our put entries look like. We know what has to be somewhere down here. Even safer, somewhere down here. If you're trying to fight this trend, you can't. Because here's the reasoning why. Everyone that bought a call from this time, from 10 o'clock until now, everyone that bought a call, they're not going to get stopped out until we get underneath 567.61. So that's why you got to wait until here for your safest entry. Could it happen? Could it start now? Sure. But you know they're going to get stopped out around here. Probably after this big green candle. Everyone that bought a call from here to here, they're all going to get stopped once we get down here. That's why this is the safest one for the put. So you shouldn't be looking for puts until somewhere down here. Even safer, somewhere down here. That's just what it is. The uptrend is so strong that even your bear cycles are trending up. That's how strong the uptrend is. You don't want to fight that type of stuff. You want and look what's nearby. Look at this 200 right here. Look at the 200 right here. And then the 20 right here. Oh man. Can't make it up. Let's look at to see. I'm gonna check. So first thing in the morning, the 5 MA seems to be the target. That was in the analysis in the chat. First thing in the morning was 5 MA seems to be the target. Let's see. First thing in the morning, 5 MA was the target. 5 MA was the target. This is why you don't buy puts until you get the confirmation. It's simple. Very simple. Until we break this blue and start rejecting underneath the blue, there's no reason to think we're going in another direction besides up to test this 200. There's no reason to think otherwise. And if you're sitting here FOMO like, oh man, I told myself to go in so long ago, or why didn't I take this and it still went up? You can't think like that, because that is going to lead you to gambling. If you don't see the setup that you're comfortable with, then you don't see it, right? It's just not there. Wait for the proper setup. They will come. And if it continues without you, then what do you lose? Nothing. The opportunity, the opportunity loss. It keeps forming this blue. And I'm telling you, when the blue is going to be not a thing, right? Once we form a green and start rejecting underneath the green. So until any of that happens, you're not worried about puts. You can't. And if it dumps right now, like all of a sudden out of nowhere, oh well. You have to be confident with. You need to identify what the setup looks like. And if the setup isn't there, then why risk it? If the setup's not there, why risk it? Because let's say that you think the setup's presenting itself and you waited and it does, and you go in and then it goes the other way, you're going to feel a lot better taking that loss than taking a loss on a gamble. Trust me. You're going to feel way better taking a loss on the proper setup than a gamble. Because then you're going to beat yourself up. Oh, I knew I shouldn't have done it. I knew I shouldn't have done this. Why did I do this? It happens to everybody. Happens to me. Happens to everybody. That's normal. What we do know is we're bouncing off this blue. This blue is significant. It keeps forming this blue. And just when you think there's going to be some dump, the blue steps back in. This blue is strong. So we passed the 5 over here. The 200's right here. What do you think the most likely target is? Now, if the 20-day starts to touch the 200, there's going to be some fireworks there. Technically, let me see, hold on. Yeah, technically there's a... is it? Yeah, there's like a minor bearish divergence right here technically, but the trend is so strong up, like it wants to touch this 200-day, that it's just defying all the normal rules. So it's easy to look back right now and say, buy a call and hold it. Once it broke through the 5, it's easy. It's easy to say that now. I mean, technically, you could have just looked at the 5-minute chart and been like, okay, I see what's happening here. Or you could have looked at the 30-minute and been like, we are in a green set buying channel. Look how strong it just So let's see. Went up. It didn't quite hit back at this 566. Shot straight up. We're in this green buying channel. That's all you really needed to do is look at that. That's all you needed to do. You're just in a strong uptrend. Where do you think the target is? Probably this 200-day moving average. That's probably the target. And here's the thing, if there's no structure for this 200-day, then you can't go in on a play. Just because I'm saying it's probably the target, no. It has to have some type of structure. What do we want to see? The same thing that I drew over here, right? The break retest like this, the same thing. You want to see, if you don't see this right here, then don't even worry about this 200-day, right? If it's just gonna slowly travel up like this, there's no trading here. That's not a real trade. You're just saying like, okay, I hope it hits the 200-day moving average because this guy is telling me that that's most likely the target. No. You wait for the setup. And if it doesn't present itself and it just struggles like this all day, just struggling like this till it gets there, then there's no setup there. There's no trading there, right? We're identifying risk. Where is the risk? Technically, there's no, good setups for call entries. And I think probably whenever I said, look at this candle right here, a long time ago, obviously, 14 minutes in. This candle right here, whenever I said, look at that wick, that was the last setup, really. Because now you have to ask yourself, is this gonna be the dump? You don't want to live like that. Is this gonna be the dump? Should I buy it here to hope for, the big dump right here? You can't do that, right? I'm telling you where it is. It's underneath 567.61 for the safe. And if it just drops right here all the way back down to the 5, then that's what it is. You gotta take that, right? Because even this divergence, it didn't, it's like, so it's such a shaky divergence, because now you got to ask yourself, well, there was a divergence here, right? And that's all you got out of it. There's a divergence. It's a weak divergence, but it's there. It's there. Here's the divergence right here. And I'll tell you when. Hold on, let me focus real quick. Because if you go based on this one, technically it shouldn't happen until over here, somewhere over here at this time. If we go off of this weak ass divergence, which I don't recommend, it shouldn't happen until this time over here. So we have no setup. There's no setups here. If you didn't get in on plays, you didn't get in on plays. No big deal. You didn't miss anything. If it is going to go down, is what you want to see. That's what it needs to look like if it's going to go down. But do you want to really fight this trend? Do you want to fight this straight arrow up? Do you really want to? Because still, again, here on the higher time frame is going to be a 50-50. So your safest one is going to be over here. When all of these calls get stopped out, this is going to be your safest one, which is going to coincide with what? Underneath the 5. So if you're taking the risk up here, that's on you. Take the risk. I'm telling you where the safe one is, down here. Is this going to be the big dump? Maybe. And if you are buying puts trying to fight the trend, take your profit when you can. Take your profit when you can, because you're fighting a very strong uptrend. You're fighting a very strong uptrend. Here's another thing you got to worry about, right? Tomorrow is Friday? Is tomorrow Friday? Tomorrow's witching day. So you need to be concerned that, are we going to be for the rest of the day right now pinned between the 20 or the 200, the 200 and the 5? Are we going to do this for the rest of the day? Right? Until they start to converge together. Because the 5 is going to start trending up. The 20 or the 200 is going to start trending down. So it may form some type of wedge. Like this. And if you have been paying attention since beginning of the week, we said this is witching week. Friday is witching day. Witching, when all the contracts from all the stuff is expiring on the same time, same day. Does that mean anything in real life? Not really. It doesn't really mean anything, but for some reason traders have like superstition type stuff. And we also know that On witching, the algos aren't really respected. When you're dealing with the 5 and the 20 in between there, or the 5 and the 200, I keep saying 20. The 20's up here at the purple. When you're dealing with that, this is the environment you're in. Are they just going to pin you in between here? Expecting people, oh, okay, this is the top. You know where it is. It's going to be the break, retest, and reject under the 5. It's going to be the break, retest, reject of the 200. That's the answer. You can't guarantee anything in between here. Now that divergence is playing out, but how strong is it going to be? The divergence is playing out. Technically, it should have been. I'll draw it again. Let me see where. Like somewhere way over here. Somewhere way over here. And I'm figuring that based on some like reading the tea leaves type stuff. There's nothing really behind that. So let's review some of our classes or some of the videos classes that we do. We saw this little bit of movement, rejection wick off the 5 right here. We saw this movement, this candle right here. What do we call this? A momentum candle. This is a momentum candle. And look, but you would have had to hold on for dear life through all this, right? You'd have to hold on for the next damn near hour. So if you don't have the stones to hold on for an hour, 30 minutes, then... But did the momentum play out? Sure did. And it bounced exactly off of 567.61, which we highlighted in the morning. This was done literally this morning. All these key levels that are hitting perfect, all these key levels, this one, all done this morning. So when you see it rejecting off the key level, like I'm literally telling you guys this stuff in the morning. If you took this head right here, you know, that's I'm showing you where the risk is. I'm showing you where the risk is. That's all I can do. Now you have to remember, this is going to be a 50-50 down here. Why? Because the higher time frame bolt up. You have to worry about that. Remember I drew that a long time ago? Do we have a momentum candle right here to tell you that this was going to happen? You got to learn how to apply all the stuff all at once. And then take what you can. Why? Because we're fighting a serious uptrend. We're fighting testing the 200. We're fighting in between the 200 and the 5. So when you see profit, just take it. Take your profit and move on. And if you wanted to do... I'm not saying you should, but if you wanted to do a higher time frame, more contracts, higher contracts, get in and get out, that's fine too. Hold it for 30 seconds a minute, get out. Once you see the money roll in, get out. A quick $100, $200, get out. Easy. 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 Just have patience. Remember, if we get underneath here, 567.61, if we get underneath here, then now you know all these calls have been stopped out, and it's going to give you some strength to go to the next level. At least to the next, well, you're hoping at least to the next level. I called the divergence over here, right? I told you there's a divergence coming in. We got to see how strong. There was also a divergence somewhere over here. That was a divergence. Okay, this one, let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Woo-wee! It feels good to be right. It feels good to be right. Now, the reason why I'm not telling you guys to trade the way I do, because I'm telling you the safest entries for your puts. These are the safest entries. I'm drawing it out for you. I'm telling you where the risk is. You know, where you have to watch out for the higher time frame to kick in. So let's make this make sense on a 5-minute. Oh my God, I waited all this time. Thank God. Or thank whoever you thank. I waited all this time. It took how long? It took hours today before I went in. And sometimes it's like that, right? Sometimes it's like that. So, green for the day, trades protected. I got nothing to worry about. I got nothing to worry about now. If you're waiting for these, fine. There's not. That's what you should be doing. You should be waiting for these. Now, I identified the bearish divergence over here. If you wanted to take that, that's on you. Because I'm telling you where the least amount of risk is. Because we saw the bearish divergence over here, and look. You could have only gotten a little bit out of it. Very little bit. Because it was even, you know, I kind of identified it maybe a little. Well, when I could. I identified it when I could. You can extract a little bit. I saw it happening again. Extract a little bit more. So let's see if we reject under. Let's see if this happens right here. Let's see if that happens. Because remember what green means, right? So this is the two things we're looking for right now. This or this. So this is going to be your point of contention. And remember, I'm drawing what the ideal setup looks like. Is it going to follow exactly like that? I can't tell you. But I know what it needs to look like. For sure, you shouldn't be going long until break and retest of 569.82. Break, retest, reject, 569.82. That's what that looks like. Until then, it looks like we're at least a minimum tapering away from this blue. So this blue is starting to get weaker now. And that's why I'm saying wait until you get over here to these, till you know blue is like, losing its steam. Because blue could still be in effect until 567, 61. That's how this works. That's how this works. Now you know. Don't say you didn't know. Now we're expecting a bull cycle to come in. So we want to see the bull cycle start to lose steam around here for the further down. You see the setups, you know what it looks like. I'm going to clean up the chart just a bit. You see this 50-50 right here. I'll leave this point of contention right here. Don't get antsy. Don't try to call it just yet. Wait. Give it time. Give it a little bit of time. It'll present itself. It'll be clear. So if it wants to break up, let's look for a strong momentum candle to the up, and then the break of green, retest of green, and then out. That'd be the ideal. I'm gonna clean this up a bit. You see what's happening, or should I leave it? Now let's see how we react to this green. To this green right here. Let's see how we react. If you want some confidence for the up, you want to see a strong candle up and then the retest and reject. Remember, I had a 50-50 here a little while ago. I just moved it just to clean up the chart just a bit. Have patience before you pull the trigger on anything. Have patience before you pull the trigger on anything. You know what the call setups look like. Protect your trade. Protect your trade. At least put it to break even. At least put it to break even. Protect your trade. Protect your trade. Put it to break even. Put it to break even. Protect your trade. Let it play. Because you know you're fighting a strong uptrend. You're going to have resistance right here. You already know this. We're fighting an uptrend. Protect your trade. It's simple. It's too easy. It's actually too easy. Protect your trade. Let it play. Let it play. Let it play. You know what the call setup looked like. It's too easy. It's actually too easy. You know it had to break, retest, and reject. You see it right here off the green. It didn't do that. Right? It started rejecting off the bottom of the green exactly as we expected. Protect your trade. You should be in profit by now, actually. You should actually be in profit by now. It's too easy. Take your money when you can. Base hits. It's actually too easy. Start moving your profit. Move your profit just a little bit. Take a little bit more profit now. Just a little bit. You got to give it time. Give it a little bit of time to breathe. Give it a little bit of time to breathe. All right, let's see if it breaks green. If it breaks this green, you should be out. Otherwise, we're still collecting money. Green still intact. This green is still intact. Green still intact, right? So if you took the rejection of the green, you got to wait for the green to break before you get out. We're still printing money right now. We are still printing money. There it is. Look at it. Look at it. Amazing. Simply amazing. Simply amazing. There it is. Look at this money. Look at the money. You guys got to come up with a money dance. I want to see a money dance. Look at the money. It's too easy. It's too simple. Take it when you can, right? Don't leave anything on the table. Break a green. Your trade's protected if you took the rejection of green. Break a green's going to be when you're well, if you're doing single contracts, I get, get out when you can, but multiple contracts, break a green. Look at the money. Look at the money. Simple. And if you're waiting for underneath 567.61, good. You should be. You should be waiting for that. But quick base hits, they add up. We know we're going to meet resistance right here. It's too simple. So on this last play, you knew, or, I tried to identify what the proper call setup would look like. Remember, I drew, break, retest, reject off of the green. It had to break the green, retest the green. And let's say if it just shot out and you missed it, oh well, then you missed it. But the proper setup is the break, retest, reject. That's the proper setup. On a call at this point, wherever it was. Now the put, we drew this. And it played out. I mean, you couldn't ask for any better. It played out exactly, right? I said if it starts rejecting underneath the green, that's your entry. The rejection underneath the green. And look, you're still making money on this on this play. You're still making money on this play. When it breaks green, then you get out. You made money from the rejection of green till here. Could you have made more here? Sure. But your first set of contracts, I get it. If you want to take that money, secure the profit, cool. Now you're using this, your trade's protected. Even your second set of contracts is protected. You can't lose. You can't lose. Actually, you win big. Look at it. Look at the money. Look at it. You win big. You win even bigger when you stick with the strategy. Oh, look. There it is. There it is. You win even bigger when you stick with the strategy. This green, it's holding up. I like the green. It took a while to find it, but once we found it, we knew what needed to happen. Amazing. You stick with the strategy. It works. You can't say it doesn't work. This is proof. Every day, every single day. As soon as it started rejecting on here, you go in on your put, right? Because you knew the call had, at minimum, the call had to do this. Break the green, retest the green, and reject. You knew at minimum that's what the call entry was. So then once you started seeing the rejection, look at the money we're printing. This is why you stick to the strategy. This is why. Look at this money. Easy money. Easy. It doesn't get any better. It cannot get any better than this. So we're going to review this trade right now in real time. Once you see the rejection here, right? Because this was what we had drawn. I think at the time it was this, something like this. So even if it did look like this, you have to understand, I don't know when this thing's gonna happen, but I know what it needs to look like, right? So since the call was like this, I know at this point right here, at that 50-50 that I put, at the 50-50, if you remember, you have to pay attention. I had a 50-50 right here. And I just cleaned it up so people could see what the rejection. I had a 50-50 right here. Once you started seeing a couple red candles, even if you got in late, I got in early because I kind of had an idea. Because I know this wasn't happening, right? I know the call setup wasn't happening. So I got in here. And if I was wrong, I would have been wrong. No big deal. Oh well. I would have taken a very small loss, a very small stop. We're still in this trade. Look at the money we're printing. We're still in this trade. Your second set of contracts are still making money because we have a system that works. It's impossible to lose. It's impossible. Right? And if you're putting your stops too tight and not allowing for the proper setup, then that's something you need to learn to adjust. If your stops are stopping you out, that means you are stopping you out because you don't have faith in the system. Look at the money we're printing. Look at it. Look at, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Look. It doesn't get any better. It simply can't. You can't look at this money we're printing. Okay, we're going to review. We're going to review this again. So, if everyone saw this, maybe expecting a rejection underneath. No. The green was the key. Look at this money. Why was the green the key? Because we know once break a green, that's our indication for some more upside. That's why green was the key. You gotta, if you guys need to like jot down our upside scenario and our downside scenario, that's something you should do. Look at this money we're printing. Easy money. Okay, let's keep reviewing. Once you started seeing the rejection, right? Because I told you right here on these candles, let me clean this up. I'm going to zoom in too. I told you on these candles, on this red candle right here, have patience. Give it a second. Let it play out, right? Once you started seeing the rejection of this green, that's your signal. That was your signal, okay? And then you're riding this green with multiple contracts until it breaks green again. Because green is going to be your guide. Green is going to be your guide at this point. If you're single contracts, then you get out here. You take your base hit and move on. You take your base hit and move on. And if you wanted to get back in on the rejection of green, then that's fine too. But you knew that green was... This is where the money is for the puts. We've identified it. All right, good trade. Good trade. See, we just have to wait for the setups. They will come. Don't chase them. Because look, what if this thing would have went in a straight arrow up all day? Oh well. Nothing you can do about that. Then today's not a trading day for us. That's all that means. Look at this money we're printing. Do you see why you didn't get out until it breaks green? It's very simple. Look at this money. We called it when over here. How much say? Look, come on now. And if you're waiting for here, that's fine. Look at this money. Look at this money. Simply amazing. And this is why we wait. We don't chase them. Let me clean up the chart. Look at the money we are printing. Safe money. Safe bets. You had to know that the call setup was like this. A break of the green, a retest of the green, and rejection off the green. And let's say, look at this money. Let's say that it went like this and a small stutter, not enough for you to convince, and shot out, then oh well. Then that wasn't for you, wasn't for us. I'm showing you what the setup needs to look like. Look at, oh my goodness. You can't make this up. You cannot make this up. Look at the money we just printed. Look at this money. Amazing. Simply amazing. Look at this money. Oh, I waited all day. I waited all day for this. Or all, what did I wait? 2.5 hours I waited. 2 hours I waited. Oh, it feels so good. It feels so good. If you're waiting for this, that's fine. Nothing wrong with that. If you're waiting for this, there's nothing wrong with that. I recommend that, actually. Here it is. Oh my goodness. You can't, it doesn't get any better. It does not get any better than this. Right? So if it wants to continue, we want to look for this. Pretty much the same thing. I would feel better with this. A break, retest, and reject of 567.61. That's what I would feel better with. We knew, because I had a 50-50 here a while ago, we knew this was going to be a major point. Why? Because we want to see if this is playing out. That's what we need to see. That's why I put a 50-50. Look at the money we're printing. If you're holding on to this contract, I waited all day for this. I waited 2 hours. I think I took one little trade over here somewhere. I forgot where. Like very little. I think on this divergence here. I took one on this divergence over here. Or something. I took two. But this one hit. Look at this. Oh, it feels so good. Finally. I waited all day for this. And this is how you make it a business. You don't gamble. Because I saw all this, and you better believe. I actually didn't even feel FOMO. I'm like, you know what? I didn't see the setup. Oh well. It wasn't there for me. I didn't even feel FOMO. Usually I do. I kind of did here on this one. But I didn't feel it. I just didn't. I'm probably going to cut my contracts like really soon. Just to collect everything. To collect the most I can. I'm actually going to cut it. Okay. Normally, I should have went on break of green, but whatever. I waited all day and I only got a few more minutes here. So just so you guys can understand and feel and see. Look at this 50-50. We knew there was going to be some movement here. We already knew that. That's why I cut my contracts. And if it shoots down, oh well, I can always get back in. Or I secured my profit, which is even better. Securing the profit is always going to be better, because I don't know if, at this point, I don't know if the bolt up is going to happen for the long term, or if we're going to continue down. But I know what a down needs to look like. I know there's going to be some dipsy doodling around here. Why did I know that? Because of this bullseye. Now I'm thinking, is this a momentum candle for this? I don't know, you know, because we got some strong movement down. I don't know if this one candle has enough strength to push it out of the green. I don't know. I don't know yet. I took my profit well, you know, it didn't get, I put my profit target here, but it didn't get, I don't know where in this green it got filled. Somewhere inside this green it got filled. I don't know where. And if it just shoots down right now, then I lose. Oh well. Oh well, I made my profit. I took my risk. I identified the risk. I knew how much I was willing to bet. And yeah, I'm not upset with that. I'm not upset. Because I knew this is a 50-50 on a longer time frame, on a higher time frame. I already knew that this may be possible. So I minimized my risk right here. This is where I minimized it. Right here. Look at the 5-minute chart. Now let's see if we get out of this green. Oh, please keep going. Please keep going. My trade's protected. I'm going to clean up the chart just a bit. Trade protected on this momentum candle, or, you know, if it is, I don't know, but my trade's protected. I can't lose now. I can't lose now, so I don't care. I took the risk, right? I took the risk, and if it doesn't work, then at worst I break exactly. Well, I'll probably put it into a little bit of profit, but I break exactly even. I cannot lose at this point. There's no way to lose. Why? Because I identified the risk. If it were to shoot down, oh well. If it just continues down, oh well. But this is why I had my 50-50 right here. This is why I took my profit over here. And this is why I went in on the long here. I went in on the call here. If it goes against me, I can't lose at this point. I win no matter what. And I'll assess the risk as time goes on. But I'm winning on this one too. And how did I know to go in here? Look at my 5-minute. Look at the 5-minute chart. This is how I knew. It's simple. And if it runs, it runs. Great. If it doesn't, oh well. You know, I can't lose on this trade because it's already protected. The trade's already protected. Now, ideally, what we like to see here, let me clean this up, is or I'll leave it for right now. Ideally, what we want to see, break, retest, reject. That's ideally what we want to see. Okay? And if it happens, great. If it doesn't, trade's protected. I don't care. So eventually, if you're not there yet, you will be. It takes time. It takes time. I knew exactly where my profit targets were going to be. I didn't want to wait for the break of this green for this reason. Because I knew I had to contend with this longer term bolt up. I already knew it. When did I draw that? Man, I drew that hours ago. Hours ago. Look at the money I'm printing right now. Look at this money. Easy. Easy. Now I'm gonna move all my stops to oh my goodness. Look. You can't make it up. Look exactly where it hit. You cannot make it up. Amazing. So now I'm wondering, does it want to test the 200? I don't know. But I'm moving my stop to this green, and if it breaks the green again, I mean, I made my profit, but my stop is going to be this green, because here's what I'm protecting against: a stop hunt. If it does want to continue down, I'm protecting against that stop hunt right here. So I'm teaching you what my strategy is. If it breaks right back inside of green, then I get my profit here on green, because I'm protecting against a stop hunt. This may be a stop hunt. A stop hunt in which direction? The down direction. Right? Because if we're betting on this right here, then this is going to stop everybody out if it continues, right? This short motion up is going to stop everybody out if it continues. Because everyone knew that green was the thing. Everyone knew that green was the thing. So, everyone's like, oh, okay, so it broke green, now what? So it broke green, does that mean it's automatically going up? You're contending with this downward pressure. Now I'm wondering, is this a stop hunt? This is how I protect all my trades. It's very simple. And if you're not sure about it, if you don't know, then this is why you listen and you write down notes, you ask me questions so I can teach you this. And eventually when you hear it, but so many times it'll start to click and you'll know automatically. You'll know where the risk is. My trade's protected on this call. My trade's protected. Why'd I go in on a call? Because look at the upward momentum. Look at the upward pressure. Because I don't want to fight the trend. I don't want to fight the trend. That's why I went in on a call. You're better off going with the trend instead of trying to call reversal. This is why I had the 50-50 right here. This is why I had the 50-50. I took my profit. I got out somewhere on this green candle. I'm not sure where it filled. It filled somewhere inside this green candle because I had my stop right here. I went in on calls here. Now I'm just waiting on the calls to see if it retests this green. Is this a stop hunt? And when's my safe to go in back on the puts? It's gonna be under here. Oh wait, somewhere under here. Nothing's changed. Nothing's changed. So once you learn how to identify the risk, everything gets easier. You know where you're willing to risk and where you're not willing to risk. Right? Is this a stop hunt? Who knows? Right? Who knows? We're going to find out. If it gets back inside green, stop hunt. If not, then we're just following this. Look, it's too easy. It's too easy. Look at this money. It's too simple. Now let's see if we formed another, what? Blue. There we go. Another blue forming. It's too simple. It's actually too simple. Look at the 5-minute. You cannot lose. It's impossible. It's impossible. This is hours in advance. This is hours in advance. Almost to the penny. You know, you're talking about like cents off between this wick and the flexion point here. This is cents. This is, let's see. What is it? 94 to, you're talking about 20 cents, not even 16 cents off. Come on. An hour in advance. There's no way to lose. There's absolutely no way to lose. Look at this money we're printing. It formed another blue, right? We knew when we're going in on puts, right? It had to, at minimum, reject the green right here. But I said preferably like this, underneath 567.61. Look at the money I'm printing in both directions, in every direction. Every direction. You can do it too. How? Because I told you when. I literally said what's gonna happen. I said it hours ago. There's nothing more I can do. I did the 50-50 here. There's nothing more I can do. Absolutely nothing more I can do. It's on you to assess the risk now, what your risk tolerance is. I don't know what your risk tolerance is. I knew when I saw a rejection on this green, my risk tolerance was there. I'm willing to risk it. Why? Because I saw the divergence, yada, yada, yada. you know, there's a couple factors into it. I know we needed some retracement for this move. I know we needed more retracement for this bolt up. This is too simple. That's why I'm willing to risk it here. This is the retracement for the bolt up. In order for the price to go in a certain direction, it needs to stop out people at a certain point. Look at the level. Look at the key levels I have highlighted. Look at these key levels I have highlighted. 567.61. This is since this morning. I just did that this morning. And you see hours later exactly where it's hitting. Exactly where it's hitting. Perfectly. You can't make, look at this red one here. Look at this right here. Both of them rejected off the 567.61. I put this here hours ago. Hours ago. Also, look. What do we got? 569.82. Look where it rejects. Off the green at 569.82. It's rejecting underneath. This is a safe bet. Because this is a key level that I put hours ago. You cannot lose. It's impossible if you follow the strategy. It takes time. Don't rush it. It takes time. Look, what more do you want? You can't ask for anything more. Simply amazing. Oh, this just stopped me out. Okay, that's fine. Half my contract stopped. My other half is going to get out on green. They just stopped me out. All right. Half my contracts on the calls that I bought down here stopped out on this. I was too tight. I should have left it. No, I actually left it on blue. So trade protected. I got full profit on half the contracts on here. Once I saw the blue form, now I knew where my exit was. This one just stopped me out. And then my other half is going to be on green. And that's the strategy. That's the system. That's just what it is. And I'm comfortable with this because it wins every day. It's an everyday winner. It doesn't mean I have to get every single trade right. That's the beauty of it. You don't have to get every trade right. Now you're waiting for the setup. You see my other set of contracts? I didn't get out. I took my secured profit up here. My other set of contracts, I didn't get out. Now I can move off the green a little bit. Right? Now I can move off the green just a little bit and collect even more from my second tranche of contracts. This is why we have a system, a max profitable system. You can't, it doesn't get any better. It simply does not get better than this. It's impossible. We're all going to get here. Trust me. It's taken me a long time. But your progress will be accelerated because I didn't have anyone here explaining this to me. I didn't have anyone here to tell me what to look out for, to know when to take the profit, to know how to grow the account, to know how to get to multiple. No one told me this. I had to figure this out on my own. So your growth will be way faster than mine. Way faster. So this is my strategy. I'm going to take, here's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to gamble that the 200 is going to be a target. I'm going to gamble a little bit. I'm going to gamble. This is how I'm going to do it. The contracts that I already have. So the first, I'm going to break these up into threes. The first third, or actually the first half is gone here. Now I'm going to take half of the half, right? And then I'm going to let this half, I'm going to leave it on the green, and then the next half I'm going to see if we hit the 200 MA. That's what I'm going to do. And then, you know, as we get closer, I'm going to adjust, you know, first and second half, right? I'm going to adjust it to maximize profit on one of them, and then I'm going to allow one of them to sit in the hopes, in the gamble that the 200 is going to be the target. Or at least, let's say back to the high of day, 570.66. This is my thought process. This is how I'm doing it. This is how you use multiple contracts to win, no matter what. It's impossible to lose. Easy money on the flexion point right here. It's too easy. I know I'm gonna meet some resistance at 569.84. I already know that. 569.82 on the 1 minute. I already know I'm gonna meet some resistance right there. Easy, no big deal. So I'm gonna I'm just gonna keep the same. I'm not gonna move the stops around too much. I'm definitely not going to take a loss. If it dumps right here, I'm not going to take a loss. But I'm going to give this a little bit of space on the third tranche. I'm going to give it a little bit of space. The last tranche is not going to leave from a little bit above break even, because I protected that trade. If this one gets stopped out and it just dumps right here, oh well. All right, my second set about to get stopped. It's about to. Hasn't triggered it yet. I actually moved the stop up on my last set. If it doesn't hit if it hits 200 at some point during the day, oh well. Oh well, can't win them all. Because I told you that last tranche, that third tranche was the gamble. All right, I'm going to take profit from my second set. And then this last tranche has a little bit of room, so until because I'm still in profit on the last one. So I profited on all of them. Could I have maximized here? Yeah, I could have. Almost out. Almost out. Let's see if it breaks below 49, then I'll be out. Okay. I'm going to be so upset if it bounces off green and shoots up right now. I'm going to be so upset if it bounces off of green and shoots up. So the reason why I had the stops the way that I did, because I wanted to protect against what? The stop hunt, right? The stop hunt. So this is how you make money in any direction. In any direction, we don't care. All we have to do is identify the risk. That's all we needed to do is identify the risk. Now let's see what we got going on here. It better not bounce off of green. It better not bounce off of green. That's okay. I'm okay with that. I'm okay if it does. We had a good day. We had a very good day today. Today was very technical. Today was a technical day. see what we got. I got another few minutes here with you guys, and then I'm gonna call it because I'm expecting the compression session to come in. The market's gonna compress, bounce around, maybe in between 569 and 567. Nothing's changed as far as where your safe puts are, right? That hasn't changed. So if for some reason you're still a bear, I'm showing you where your best put entries would look like, right? We want to see something like this. And this is why I protected against the stop hunt up here. This is why. Let's see what happens on this green. Now I'm interested to know. Damn, I should have left, but I'm interested to know now. Now I'm in it. Let's see. I'm gonna clean this up. If this bounces off a green and goes straight to 200, I'm gonna... I don't have a lot of hair, but I'm gonna rip the little bit that I do. I'm gonna rip it out. I'm going to rip it out. All 3 strands of hair that I have on my head, I'm going to rip it out right now. But if you're going in on puts, you want to look for safety. What does the safety look like? Again, you want to see it get comfortably inside, preferably hit the bottom green, retest this top green, and reject off the top green. That's what you want to look for your puts, okay? And at that time, this shoulder should be probably right here, right? Like that. That's what you want to look for your puts. That's the answer. This is the answer. And then with the target of the 5 being the target. So now you know. Don't say you didn't know. And then the ideal for the calls would be, let's see. Okay, I'm not going to overtrade and try to chase these things right here. I'm going to call it my day. This is my day right here. I'm going to call it. I recommend these. I don't know when this is going to happen, if this is going to happen, but it needs to look like this. If we trade strictly in between 569 and 567, I would not be surprised if they try to pin us somewhere in between these levels. Okay, this is going to be your targets for, you know, again, I'm trying to project this out way into the future here. Here's what we're looking at. we want to see. Use the 5 minute to guide you on this. Okay. Use the 5 minute to guide you. This is going to be a 50-50 here. So on your 5 minute, use your 5 minute to guide you. Calls above. Okay, so Discord. Okay, so it kind of looks like the 1 minute as well. 569.62. It's very similar to the 1 minute. Very similar to the 1 minute. You know where your safest calls are. It's going to be above here with this motion. Same thing with the puts with this motion. We're trying to protect against compression just straight up. Oh, look at this wick. Look at this wick right here. Ooh, that's a big rejection wick off of green. That's a big rejection wick off of a green. I just put this other green here. This is a nice rejection wick off this green. So, but we know where the safety is. It's going to be somewhere down here. It's going to, again, I'm going to draw it again. Right? Oh, it's right here actually. It needs to look something like this. When this is going to happen, I don't know. But this is what we want to look for. It has to look like this. If you're trading without me and you're going to go and gamble away all your money, this is the least amount of gamble. I'm drawing it for you. Look at this wick. Look at this strong rejection wick off this green. Man, so if you're applying the classes, you know, there's... You know where your calls are, you know where your puts are. There's nothing more I can do. There's nothing more I can do. I recommend if you're green, call it a day. You're in compression time for the market. We got witching day tomorrow. We're in between the 200 and the 5. There's no reason to risk if you already made profit. This is my suggestion. We're adults. You guys do whatever you want. But you see how I have to adjust these shoulders and these flexion points as time goes on? Because it's dynamic. It's not static. But this rejection wick, I told you with this rejection wick, look at it. Rejection wick off the green. Rejection off the green. Rejection off the green. Rejection off the green. There's nothing more I can do. There's absolutely nothing more I can do. Okay, we've identified the risk. We know where the risk is. We know where the least amount and where the greatest amount is. So I'm really like below this 5. Whenever this 5, there's going to be a shoulder here. I'm not sure when, but there's going to be a shoulder if we continue down. So the ideal from here would be to test this bottom green retest this top green and reject off this green. This is going to be our best setup for the put. If it just dumps right here, then it dumps right here, right? Nothing you can do about that. Nothing you can do about that. We know we're going to meet resistance around here, or support, whatever. We know we're going to reach some stuff around here. We already knew that. That's why we want to get to below. So now you should be asking yourself, are we bouncing off this bottom green to retest this top green to reject again? Or are we going to bounce straight through or go straight through, retest this, and then continue? This is easy. The setup is very simple at this point. The market's, you know, treating us the way we're expecting. You know where the risk is. You know exactly where the risk is. And if you hesitate and you wait too long, then, you know, if it goes against you, there's nothing you can do about that. You know, you got to work on your hesitation. Okay. Okay. All right, so all these calls just got stopped out. Let's wait for this candle to close. We want to see some stronger movement down, a retracement up. That's what we ideally like to see. Come on. Print, print, print. Come on, let's print. Let's print money. Let's print money. Come on, let's print this money. I was supposed to be gone such a long time ago and I keep getting sucked in. I want to see us break firmly below 567.55. Let's see if this shoulder plays out. Come on, let's print money. Let's print. Let's print. It has so much room because you got to the top of this green as well. Man, I had to go 13 minutes ago, and now look at me. I'm an addict. You got till the top of this green right here. If we break the top of this green, that's your clue. So if you're going, if you looking for the put, you want, what is it? The same thing we did over here, right? Rejection off this green, rejection off the green. That's what you're looking for the put. And then that means this shoulder will have to adjust. We have to adjust the shoulder. We need, again, we need to get firmly under 567.61. I want firmly under it, not wicking. I want to see close firmly under 567.61. Oh, let's see what we got going on here. This 567.61 is being a son of a gun. Ideally, we'd like to see this bull cycle to go through, reject off the green. That's what we want to see. So this shoulder's gonna have to move until that happens, because the 50-50 is gonna be along this green. Somewhere along the green is where the 50-50 is gonna be. But you clearly have your entries for your longs and your short. Just give it time. Don't rush it. Don't rush it. Give it time. Okay. If you took the break of 567.61, your trade's protected. You can't lose now. Your trade is protected. It's impossible to lose. Look at the money we're Look at this money we're printing. Look at the money we just printed. Woo-wee! Easy money. Look at this money. Look at the money. You can't make it up. Simply amazing. Look when I told you to buy the puts. Look exactly when. Look at the money. What? When? From 67? That's a full point. Listen. Look at the money we just printed. Take your base hit and move on. Oh my goodness. Simply amazing. Simply amazing. Wow. Please tell me someone took that trade. Oh my goodness. Easy. Oh, we just had to wait a bit. Look at that money we printed. I only drew arrows exactly when to do the thing. I only put a target right here telling you. Simply amazing. Oh my God. Perfect. And then also I told you we want to wait for, here I'll draw it. The break, retest, and rejection of this 567.61. Do you see how you can trade with very little risk? You knew what? Oh my God. It's too easy. It's just too easy. Oh, simply amazing. So we knew where the calls were. The calls were way up here. You should not even be looking at calls until way up here. We knew what the put scenario looked like. You can't draw it any better. You just can't. You just simply can't. Oh, amazing. Perfect. Perfect trade. Good trade. Okay, now I'm done for real, for real. I'm going to sit in the Discord for a little bit. If you guys have any questions or if you want to gloat, brag, complain, whatever you want to do, I'm here. I'm going to hang on the Discord for a bit. Today was a good day. Have a